Good morning, and welcome to the 14th Annual Governor's Declaration. I want to begin by thanking Governor Cox for his long-standing support of Utah's own Turn Your Key, Be Idle-Free program. Thank you, Governor Cox. We are joined today by four significant voices in the clean air advocacy realm. We are all here to protect blue sky, breathe easier, and be idle-free. Today, we will begin with the Idle-Free Declaration being read by Tom Carter, the Governor's Energy Advisor, and then I will give a few words on our Idle-Free campaign and announce the exciting partnership between Utah Clean Cities and Intermountain Healthcare. We will then transition with the unveiling of the new signage and the new logo, and hear a few words from Mikkel Moore, who is the Chief Community Health Officer for Intermountain Health. We will then hear from Kim Frost. Kim Frost is the new Executive Director of UCare. Kim, we are excited to have you join in with our clean air advocacy here in Utah, and we expect great things from you. And in closing, we will have a message from Dr. David Christensen, who is Utah Clean Cities Chair and the Innovation Director for the Aspire Center. Again, thank you for joining us today, and we hope you enjoy this virtual event. Stay healthy, stay well, and please remember, turn your key, be idle-free.
Hello, I'm Tom Carter, the Energy Advisor to Governor Cox and the Executive Director of the Utah Office of Energy Development. It's great to be with all of you virtually this year, and while I may be in a different position, no longer at UCare, my commitment to this issue remains strong. Governor Cox sends his warm wishes and asks that I convey his continued support for cleaner air. As we know, close to 50% of our wintertime air quality problems come from vehicles. And as I said many times when I was at UCare, in our efforts to clear the air, there are no perfect answers, but there are practical solutions. Being idle-free is something that we all can do, a practical solution. I got asked all the time if being idle-free really has an impact on our air quality, if doing something so small can be a part of the change we need, and the answer is a resounding yes. Let me share with you some statistics. According to the EPA, idling for 2 minutes burns the same amount of gasoline as driving for an entire mile. If you idle for 5 minutes, you're going to have 4 times more VOCs, 3 times more NOx, 10 times more carbon dioxide than just restarting your warm car. It's a lot of emissions. And think about it. If we all became idle-free champions, if we aggregate the savings together, if we just stopped idling, we would drive down our emissions. But it takes all of us. It takes our community. All of us working together. We're grateful for the leadership of Governor Cox and Lieutenant Governor Henderson in declaring September Idle-Free Month to bring awareness to this solution. We also applaud the more than 70 cities and towns and all the school districts that have adopted idle-free ordinances. We encourage other cities, towns, and school districts to follow and join the Turn Your Key, Be Idle-Free movement. We challenge organizations, businesses, and families to identify their own clean air practical solutions, including using the TravelWise strategies, which include walking, biking, carpooling, taking transit, and trip chaining, and of course, being idle-free. Decide today what you can do to contribute. As I mentioned earlier, as an administration, we are committed to being air quality champions. In the One Utah Roadmap, the Cox-Henderson plan for our first 500 days in office, we state that we will take meaningful, long-range action to combat poor air quality, and being idle-free is a great action plan for everyone. And that is why it is my pleasure to now read Governor Cox's declaration of September as Idle-Free Month and open the 2021-2022 Idle-Free season. Declaration. Whereas idling vehicles emit hazardous particulate matter that, when inhaled, are known to cause serious health problems, especially for children and sensitive population. Whereas Utah created the first idle-free campaign in the nation, and 2021 marks the 14th year of the Utah Governor's declaration of Idle-Free Month and Idle-Free Season. Whereas we seek to educate and promote zero emissions through innovative and educational strategies such as the nationally recognized Turn Your Key, Be Idle-Free program. Whereas the United States transportation sector consumes more than 6 billion gallons of diesel fuel and gasoline annually while stationary, and roughly half of that fuel is wasted by people idling passenger vehicles. Whereas the encouragement of driver training and idle-free fleet operation by Utah public and private fleets has culminated in the reduction of carbon emissions equaling more than 12,000 tons of greenhouse gas emissions over the past 8 years, amounting to over 1.2 million gallons of gasoline saved in Utah alone. Whereas we continue to support and develop innovative idle reduction programs to further inform community members about the benefits of reducing idling, including the training of over 3,000 school bus drivers annually on idle-free vehicle operations. Whereas over 15,000 students across 450 schools have participated in idle-free education programs, resulting in commitments from Salt Lake City, Park City, Granite, and Canyon school districts to be idle-free campuses, with attention dedicated to drop-off and pick-up zones where children are most exposed. Whereas the Turn Your Key, Be Idle-Free education program continues to grow with the support of the Utah legislature and the statewide engagement of the Utah Clean Air Partnership and the Utah Bipartisan Clean Air Caucus. Whereas the cities of Alta, Cottonwood Heights, Draper, Holiday, Lehigh, Morgan, Murray, Park City, Salt Lake City, Sandy, South Jordan, and Springdale, Salt Lake County, and Zion National Park have been declared idle-free. Whereas we commend the efforts of Intermountain Healthcare in promoting clean air practices with idle-free zones on their campuses across the state, thus ensuring a healthy environment among the sensitive populations that visit these facilities for health and wellness care. And whereas over 70 Utah mayors representing 3 out of every 4 Utahns in both urban and rural cities have supported this worthy endeavor, now therefore I, Spencer J. Cox, Governor of the State of Utah, do hereby declare the month of September 2021 and the 2021-2022 winter season as idle-free in Utah. Signed, Spencer J. Cox. Thank you and congratulations.
Today, once again, we initiate the beloved Idle Free campaign for the 14th annual Turn Your Key, Be Idle Free, and announce Utah's official Idle Free season 2021-2022. After a tumultuous summer of extreme heat and poor air quality due to wildfires, emissions, and other climate disruptions, it is especially important to commit to right action and preserve as much of the air quality as we can here in Utah. We each must ask ourselves as an individual, as a member of our community, and as a citizen of the state, what you can do. It's simple, and the message remains the same: turn your key, be idle free. It is a 10-second commitment, and everyone can do it. If we can commit to small changes, these can lead to bigger results, and we know that. The Governor's Declaration is currently signed by over 70 Utah mayors who represent more than 3/4 of the state's population. This is remarkable, as the original declaration was signed by 5 mayors and the governor. Over the past 14 years, the idle-free education programs in schools continue to grow and are supported by Utah Clean Cities, Breathe Utah, and the State Health Department's Asthma and Recess Guide, which helps to keep Utah children safe during outdoor exposure at recess and during athletics when we are experiencing poor air quality. To date, these grassroots education programs have reached more than 2,000 Utah students and is growing to across over 450 schools. Utah Clean Cities would like to recognize today the cities here in Utah that are officially idle-free. To date, the cities of Park City, Salt Lake City, Alta, Holiday, Logan, Cottonwood Heights, Murray, Springdale, Sandy, and Draper City all have idle-free ordinances, and we commend their leadership. With cars and trucks contributing to the largest sources of harmful pollutants, the resulting emissions have left at-risk groups, even some of the healthier individuals in our communities, in danger. According to the researchers at Argonne Laboratories, more than 6 billion gallons of gasoline and diesel combined are lost to idling every year in the United States. About half of the idling losses can be attributed to long haul and heavy duty trucking, and the periods of rest when commercial vehicles are waiting in queue at depots, terminals, work sites, and across border crossings during the workday. Vehicle exhaust makes up about half of the air pollution in Utah, and unnecessary idling contributes to a significant amount of emissions into our airshed each day. Air quality is a complex issue, and there is no magic bullet solution to solving our air quality challenges in Utah. But here's the good news. We have over 80 Utah fleets that make a commitment each year with Utah Clean Cities and their communities they serve to run their fleets idle-free. Here at Utah Clean Cities, we submit those idle-free reductions on Utah fleets to NREL, National Renewable Energy Lab, and they give us an annual report piece back. Based on Utah's annual report data from 2013 to 2020, Turn Your Key, Be Idle-Free program has reduced more than 12,000 tons of greenhouse gases over the past 8 years. That is equivalent to reducing 25,000 barrels of oil burned in Utah or eliminating over 1 million gallons of diesel used in Utah. It's significant, and we can always do more and better, but we do want to applaud those fleets that have committed to being idle-free. We are excited to announce not only a new partnership, but also an update to our traditional Turn Your Key, Be Idle-Free signs. Utah Clean Cities and Intermountain Healthcare have partnered to bring awareness to the impacts idling has on individual and community health through the new Turn Your Key, Be Idle-Free signage campaign. These new signs can be seen throughout Intermountain Healthcare campuses. We were honored to be asked by Intermountain Healthcare to help design a new idle-free logo to update our original image to better reflect the reason why we are deeply concerned about emissions at drop-off and pickup zones and high-traffic areas in our communities. Remarkably, these high-traffic zones are where our most vulnerable populations gather to attend school, and also, in the case of Intermountain Healthcare, where the medically fragile are receiving health care, or bringing home new babies, bringing loved ones in for well care visits, and returning home after surgery and other health promoting care. It is our hope to remind visitors at healthcare facilities the importance of turning off idling vehicles to support the safety and well-being of employees, patients, and visitors. It is my pleasure to introduce Mikkel Moore of Intermountain Healthcare to share the unveiling of the new Turn Your Key, Be Idle-Free initiative logo, which will include our most important citizen, the child. Please join me as we unveil with Mikkel at Intermountain Health the new idle-free logo. Thank you for joining us today, and I will turn it over to the unveiling and a few words from Mikkel Moore. Thank you.
At Intermountain Healthcare, we are taking steps to ensure ambient air quality around our campuses is as clean as possible and protective of public health. A key strategy in this pursuit is establishing idle-free zones. Idling contributes to our air pollution and inversion days. Air pollution has significant environmental risks to our health. Among other adverse health outcomes, poor air quality is hard on our hearts. It leads to asthma, adverse birth outcomes, difficulty breathing, and is linked to depression. By turning off your engine, you are joining responsible drivers in protecting our health and air quality. And being idle-free can save your fuel and money. Healthy communities breathe clean air. So, we want to ensure the air outside our facilities is as clean as possible for our guests and our patients, some of whom are the most vulnerable to poor air quality. That's why we've partnered with Utah Clean Cities to launch idle-free zones on our campuses. We will be installing idle-free signs at Intermountain facilities throughout Utah. To learn about air quality, its effects on our health, and steps you can take to improve air quality, visit intermountainhealthcare.org/cleanair. Thank you to our partners with Utah Clean Cities, the Governor's Office, UCare, and countless others who together are working to keep our air clean, improving community health, and helping Utahns live the healthiest lives possible.
And thank you for inviting me to be part of this celebration today. I'm Kim Frost, and I'm the Executive Director of UCare, which is the Utah Clean Air Partnership. It's exciting to be celebrating 14 years of idle-free in Utah. I want to first say thank you to Tammy and everyone at Utah Clean Cities for their leadership on this campaign to get Utahns to turn the key and be idle-free. As we look back over the past 14 years, we can see that what has made this such a huge success is all of the individuals and leaders that have come together in Utah to be advocates for idle-free. It was Henry Ford that actually said, coming together is a beginning, keeping together is progress, and working together is success. And it's the success of this program that has really, again, been the work of so many individuals and groups that have come together to promote idle-free and have a huge impact on our air quality here in Utah. Our past governor was a huge proponent of the idle-free campaign, and our current governor, Governor Cox, continues to be a leader on this campaign. So thank you, Governor Cox, for your continued leadership on the program. Here at UCare, we've been a longtime supporter of Utah Clean Cities and the idle-free message. Our mission is to educate Utahns about what they can do to help clear the air, and the idle-free messaging is a key strategy in our public outreach campaign. In fact, when we first partnered with Utah Clean Cities, we funded some of the first signs and window clings in the early years of idle-free, and we continue to incorporate the idle-free message in all of our outreach efforts. When we look at our air quality solutions for Utah, one thing we always want to do is make sure that whatever we are funding or that we are involved in will have a measurable impact, and we can't understate the impact of the idle-free campaign. We know that in the U.S., personal vehicles generate around 30 million tons of CO2 every year just from idling. So while the impact of idling might be small on a per car basis, the collective impact is huge. Turning off the ignition of an idling car is a simple act with huge benefits. UCare also knows that sometimes it can be an uphill battle when it comes to changing individual behaviors, but our combined efforts are making a difference. We recently conducted a survey after our last public education campaign, and 89% of the respondents actually said that they know what to do to help clear the air. And more specifically, as it relates to what we're talking about today, 72% of those respondents reported being idle-free. So we're seeing its effects. Also, people are increasingly making the connection between these small actions and the collective impact that it has. They reported that knowing that their actions make a difference drives their desire to make a change. So this is actually now the third most motivating factor for changing their behavior behind convenience and health. So together, we've clearly built a tremendous amount of positive momentum towards solving our air quality challenges, and we're also very excited about the new solutions that Utah Clean Cities and IHC have been talking about today. It's exciting to see the progress that has been made over the years, to know that there are over 76 mayors and 450 schools throughout Utah that have joined the idle-free effort is huge. It's really support from everyone from students and teachers to bus drivers, private businesses, local chambers of commerce, cities, and the state of Utah that have all made this such an overwhelming success. And I don't want to forget all of our nonprofit and community partners that have also joined the effort to be idle-free. Thank you so much. I can say that it's been a pleasure to work with such a passionate, smart, and involved group of people. So Tammy, thank you again for inviting us to join the celebration, and we're looking forward to the future of our continued partnership. And to the Utahns who have made the decision to turn the key and be idle-free, you're making a difference, and keep up the good work. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm David Christensen, Innovation Director at the National Science Foundation funded Aspire Engineering Research Center here at Utah State University. I'm also the board chair of Utah Clean Cities. It's my great pleasure to speak with you about idle-free awareness, which has been a continual campaign sponsored by Utah Clean Cities since 2006. Maybe my most important role as a clean air appreciator and advocate is my responsibility to protect my grandchildren's future. I also feel a strong personal call to action on behalf of this lovely community here in Logan that, like many places in Utah, suffers wintertime inversions and consequential bad air days. I'm committed to making a difference for those impacted by unhealthy emissions and poor air quality, our children. The easiest thing you can do to help right now is what I do personally. Turn your key and be idle-free. Idling for just 2 minutes can contribute as much emissions as 1 mile of driving. Going idle-free is a healthy habit, and it's one that saves money, keeps our air clean, and shows personal responsibility for the air we all breathe here in Utah. Importantly, there are more and more of us in Utah breathing the air here all the time. That's a result of a vibrant economy, which comes from good leadership. It's also a result of the natural beauties and resources here, including our air, and taking care of those resources through wise stewardship. In my work with the Aspire Center at Utah State, we're developing electric transportation technologies, systems, and partnerships that provide powerful solutions for our air quality challenges. Utah is not only well ahead of most other states in deploying infrastructure programs that support electric transportation, this great state is also really at the epicenter of future-looking technology development and deployment that will accelerate realization of huge air quality, energy, and economic benefits. Think about it for just a moment. Electric transportation means zero emissions at the tailpipe, which contributes more than 50% of emissions in our valleys and more than 90% of emissions near high-density roadways. Our researchers and very talented students at the Aspire Center are working closely with government officials, Rocky Mountain Power, UTA, UDOT, the Inland Port Authority, and many others to effect meaningful impact on today's and the future's air quality challenges. Both now and in the coming months and years, these partnerships are building on past strong investments for further development of EV charging infrastructure, as well as pilot scale deployment of technologies including smart and secure charging management, electric freight logistics and transport, and even stationary and in-motion wireless vehicle charging. The technology solutions we're developing mean dramatic improvement in efficiencies at the point of energy production, the point of charging vehicles, and at the vehicle point of use as well. Of course, given my work, I strongly support Utah Clean Cities and idle-free awareness. And ultimately, my vision includes widespread adoption of electric vehicles, passenger through heavy duty, and vehicle charging systems that will actually make idling a thing of the past. As we all continue to work together to reach that longer vision, going idle-free is one of the simplest and more impactful things all of us can do right now. I hope you're convinced by my determination that we can build a future where our grandchildren have healthy Utah air to breathe and beautiful Utah views to enjoy. Thank you.